Hey guys, we're going to head into Steel Collectibles in Kennesaw, Georgia. We're going to look in their Xbox section and see if we can find anything like weird or uncommon and discover something new. So let's go. So I decided to go into some game stores and just kind of pick up things that I've never heard of. Just games that were not on any hidden gems list or any top 10 or nothing that I've seen on YouTube, and just discover something for myself, which seems kind of fun. So now let's do it. First up, we've got Advent Rising, which is published by Majesco. I've never seen this before. It does say I can win $1 million though, which is awesome. And for only 10 bucks, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So next up, we've got America's Army, Rise of the Soldier, which is by Ubisoft. I mean, at that time, 2005, 2006, there were a lot of military games with the wars going on. My favorite is Full Spectrum Warrior. This game's $9. Alright, next we've got Armed and Dangerous. This is published by LucasArts. I thought LucasArts only did Star Wars or Indiana Jones games. 9 out of 10, Critics' Choice. $16, okay. So this game parodies Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Alright. And this is A Bard's Tale by In Exile. It looks like Baldur's Gate. The artwork looks like Fable though. $12. I see this game all the time and I just never thought to pick it up because the name didn't sound interesting, but the artwork looks like Fable and the back of it looks like Baldur's Gate a little bit. Blackstone, Magic and Steel. If I had to guess, this is a Japanese RPG. Or is it a fighting game? The Protectors of All That Is Good. Next we've got Blowout, another Majesco game with a generic cover. A guy about to get eaten by an alien. This looks like a 2.5D side scroller. Maybe a shoot 'em up, kind of like Contra-ish. This is right up my alley. And only $8. Might have to throw that in the cart. And I love any side scrolling shoot 'em up. Even the generic ones, like the Irem ones on Super Nintendo. Gun Force. This is like Gun Force for Xbox. Alright, next we've got Classified: The Sentinel Crisis. Is this a chess game? No, it's a first-person shooter. But the back, it looks like a on-rails light gun shooter, like an arcade game, Time Crisis-ish. Very generic though. And only $10. What is this? Dark Angel. Was this a CW show or something like that? Oh yeah, Jessica Alba. Didn't she first got popular in this show or something? Action game? It's gotta be an action game. $8. Who doesn't like Jessica Alba? Dead Man's Hand, Atari. Atari made some pretty good stuff. I remember liking the Matrix game. Alright, another first person shooter. $12. Again, doesn't look bad. And here we've got Dr. Muto, a faded copy. I see this game all the time. I love Midway stuff. It just kind of feels like a platformer just looking at the box art, and of course it is. It reminds me of maybe like Blinx the Time Sweeper. $12. That's not bad. Ooh, Enclave. I do remember this one. This is a action role-playing game, kind of medieval. I remember seeing this on Metal Jesus, I believe. And I think this one has been re-released, which makes me think it's a great game. Only $10 too. I remember it costing more than that. Maybe the price has gone down since they re-released it. But this was always on a bunch of hidden gems lists. And Enter the Matrix, another Atari game. I remember loving this as a kid. I don't remember any of the gameplay, but I remember that I loved the game, and it was a news story that the Wachowski siblings made just for this game. I remember it being pretty good. I don't hear much of it now, so maybe it hasn't aged that well. I don't know what Frogger Beyond is. I have a guess. Ooh, Full Spectrum Warrior. This was one of my favorites as a kid. I had this for Xbox. It's like a real-time tactics game. And I feel like this was also sponsored by the Army, just like America's Army, Rise of the Soldier, which was, it was like just after the war had started. So games like this were super popular. They seem like they're recruiting tools, but I remember this one being really good. Ooh, Indigo Prophecy. Okay, another Atari game. Like I said, I remember them putting out cool stuff back in the day. This is only $10. This one has been recommended on a couple different channels, and I think it's been re-released. which probably means it was a decent game. It looks like survival horror maybe. I feel like there's so many good games that are cheap on the Xbox. If I was going to start collecting again and just was looking for stuff to play, I think this is where I would start. The Invisible War, Kill Switch, the original cover shooter, LA Rush. Back in the day, if you went to an arcade, there was always a Rush game. Midway, known for making arcadey stuff. I think there was one released on the Switch recently. And this is only 10 bucks too. Xbox has so much good stuff. Legends of Wrestling and Legends of Wrestling 2. I was never into wrestling games. Oh, Acclaim. Okay, so these are WWE games. I'll probably pass on these. What is this? Monster 4x4 World Circuit. Alright, another Ubisoft game, so you know it's trash, just kidding. Looks like a generic racer, but again, you know, 10 bucks. I wonder what the story is behind these outlaw games, because there were so many on Xbox. We've got golf, volleyball, tennis, and there's so many of them. Pariah. Halo was so popular back in the day, there were so many copycats. This looks like another one, but you know, there, if you like Halo and you can't get enough of it, try this out for 10 bucks. Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2. Pulse Racer. Okay. Oh wow, that looks terrible. That looks awful. Jellico. Yeah, this looks like trash. This looks like the worst racing game ever. That is so generic. they didn't put any effort into that artwork for sure. Jellico too. I didn't mind their stuff on like the Super Nintendo. I remember they made decent beat 'em ups, but they were super generic copies. And what do we have here? Secret Weapons over Normandy. Okay, another LucasArts games. They were cranking back in the day. But World War II games, that seems like kind of their genre. Okay, only 6 bucks. Shattered Union, what is this? World War III. Ooh, 2K. I didn't hear much from them. Okay, a turn-based game. This must be one of 2K's early games, because you didn't hear much from them back in the day. And this is not really up their alley. Second Civil War, 15 bucks. I'm guessing from the price it's a decent game, maybe rare. But yeah, never heard of that before. Alright. Time Splitters 2 and Serious Sam. Oh, okay, another 2K game. I mean, some people say Time Splitters 2 and Future Perfect are some of the best first-person shooters ever made. What is this crap? Torque. Another generic platformer with another generic mascot. What else? Oh, Cyanide. I've seen this on Hidden Gems list too. I'm surprised this is on the shelf. This game is okay, 80 bucks, yeah. Surprised this isn't in the case. It looks like a 3D version of Asteroids. Alright, we got one more. Wrath Unleashed and another LucasArts games. I probably never would have given this a chance at all because I have no idea what I'm looking at. Alright, that was their cheap stuff. So let's take a look in the case at some of their more rare and expensive games. Starting off, Elder Scrolls. Okay, RoboCop. I remember this game not getting great reviews, but for some reason, maybe it's got an audience afterward. I always wanted to play that RoboCop. Painkiller, the one on PS3 and Xbox 360 was super expensive. Ninja Gaiden Black, what, $75? That can't be right. That's a little steep. Kakuto Chojin, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, kind of always regarded as one of the best Xbox games. Okay, Brotherhood of Steel. This one I do remember hearing that it used the same engine as Baldur's Gate or something like that. 80 bucks though. That's steep. Freedom Fighters. That's a third-person shooter. I used to see this was everywhere on every shelf. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Cool. Shenmue 2. Raise as Hell. I don't know what that is. Let me know if I'm passing over something cool. Like seriously, let me know. Furious Karting. Never heard of that before. 18 bucks. A Togi 2. I have a Togi 1, which I was told is like the best one. So I really no need to buy 2 of them. I feel like a lot of these have gone down in price. Phantom Dust is 32. Alright, just picked up a couple things and I'm going to show you what I got. I decided to pick up Advent Rising. Again, it looked generic, but sometimes generic's fun. The artwork, it doesn't look bad. The gameplay doesn't look bad. And you know, if it is, I only paid 10 bucks for it and maybe I'll win $1 million. Second, I got Blowout. That's this 2.3D shooter. The side scroller looks like a generic Contra. Only 8 bucks. It wasn't complete, didn't have the manual, but you know, for 8 bucks, I'm willing to give it a shot. You know, maybe I'll find my own hidden gem. So stay tuned. I'll let you guys know how the games actually turn out. And thanks for watching.